Broadcasting from Manhattan Beach and the World Wide Web, you're listening to CHSR, HealthyLife.net.
As a service to our listeners, this program is for general information and entertainment purposes only. CHSR, HealthyLife.net does not recommend, endorse, or object to the views, products, or topics expressed or discussed by show hosts or their guests. We suggest you always consult with your own personal, medical, financial, or legal advisor.
Welcome to RadioAMB, designed for those who want to live a long and vibrant life. I'm Patty Smucker, your host, and someone who's been in the beauty industry for over 40 years. RadioAMB, which stands for American Made Beauty, is a place where we try and tell the secrets behind the making of health and beauty products. Our program is sponsored by Free Your Mane. You spell Mane, M-A-N-E, and you can go to freeyourmane.com. Or you can find Free Your Mane product in Anthropologie stores and salons and spas across the U.S. One of the reasons I love doing this show is to be part of shaping the dialogue about the truth behind the industry that brings us health and beauty. At the heart of what motivates most people involved in this industry is the timeless pursuit of wellness. The idea that as we grow, change, and age, we can do so with vitality, with dignity, and connected to our sense of wholeness. A few weeks ago, we brought you the president of Universal Companies, Brenda Elliott, in the first of a three-part series. We've devoted this much time to the Universal because it's a company that is shaping the career paths, the dialogue of the entire health and beauty industry by defining, educating, and inspiring innovation in the field of wellness. In our segment today, we'll meet another one of the people shaping Universal's strategy, Brenda Short, Senior Vice President, Sales and Marketing. You'll hear about her background, meet her team that's leading the sales and marketing efforts at Universal during our feature segment. During our segment that we call In the Jar, we'll learn a little bit more about the wellness revolution. What is it? And the experts Universal is assembling to lead the industry in providing wellness to the masses. And then during our segment we call Beauty That's Soul Deep, we'll hear about Universal's real customers who are doing wellness and doing wellness well. And finally, we'll wrap up with the Beauty Biz segment, and we'll learn about the Beauty Industry Market Access Program that Universal is sponsoring to support new and emerging brands in the beauty sector. So that's our program today. Again, remember our sponsor is Free Your Mane. So let's get started, and let me tell you a little bit about Karen. Karen is Senior Vice President of Sales and Marketing at Universal Companies, and she joins Universal with 20-plus years of senior management experience in the areas of marketing and sales, business development, and operations. She has a proven success track record of aggressive growth strategies ranging from sales-focused and market-driven organizations to growing through mergers and acquisitions. Karen gained her expertise from a range of positions, including president of Quintess Collections, founder and chair of In Perspective, executive director of sales and marketing at Meadowwoods Napa Valley, and vice president of Aspen Ski Company. So welcome, Karen. I'm delighted to have you with us.
Thank you, Patty. It's a pleasure to be here.
So, Karen, from your career path, would it be fair to assume that you love hanging out in beautiful settings and luxury living?
I would say absolutely so. You know, it's a wonderful opportunity and one through which I've really gained a deep appreciation for balance.
Right, absolutely. So much of your career you've worked in sales and marketing of various different types of luxury resorts and experience kinds of settings.
Yes. Yes, I absolutely have, and it's been one of the things I think that I particularly am passionate about, and it's just highly motivational for me, is hospitality is very customer-centric.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes, I'm like living and working in these wonderful environments, and that's been absolutely essential for me. But I'm also having a daily interaction with customers and being able to impact their lives, and they in turn impacting mine. Mm-hmm. And so that piece of it, I think, has always been a kind of a key, a recurring theme throughout my career. Mm-hmm. And connecting with universal companies, I saw that same opportunity to do that, but got through a little bit different avenue in touching the wellness and the spa professional. Because
so
they, in turn, are truly touching and impacting their customers' lives.
Say that again?
I say because they, in turn, are truly impacting their customers and clients' lives.
Right, right. And that it makes a lot of sense. I mean, that universal would be attractive to you because now you're taking and you're going deeper into that whole wellness and relaxation experience versus just the hospitality, which is about the setting, but also now you're going into the treatment. Was it easy to move over to sales and marketing of the vacation settings as compared to wellness products and services?
Yeah, that's a great question. It was. I don't know that it was easy. I think it was a natural evolution, mm-hmm. and therefore there was a learning curve for me, which was, again, very important to have a bit of a challenge, if you will. But understanding the importance of the experience, which is essentially what the spa and wellness professionals are, a key part of what they're providing, I think, was a crucial baseline kind of foundation. And then, but the learning curve for me was really learning all of the range of products and the range of services and offerings. I mean, it's just, there's not a day that goes by that I don't learn about something new that's becoming available or being sought after in health and wellness and spa and wellness.
Do you think that because you didn't come into this role the traditional way, let's just say, as someone who's actually been a practitioner, does it give you a different perspective as you evaluate services and products?
Yeah, that's a great question. Without that piece, I'm able to supplement, I guess, the service provider with the team that we've built here, and I look to go into that a little bit more in a minute. But I think the perspective that I bring to the table is the fact that I've actually run my own business, built it and sold it. So I understand I'm walking into it from understanding how to run a business perspective, which I think is a very important piece of the equation for practitioners. They often come in from a health giver or a caretaker perspective and are seeking that piece of how to run a successful business. It's lacking there. So bringing that perspective, I think, helps balance the rest of our team in terms of what we bring to the table for our customers.
Right. And so tell us a little bit about the rest of the team, because as Universal is really shaping this new direction that the industry is growing, it would seem that you would have a fairly diversified team. What are some of the things that you've looked for in building that team?
Absolutely. We have a very diversified team. We have a core team of what we refer to as product development, mm-hmm. and they are responsible for sourcing products that we bring to the table and provide to our customers, and they're also responsible for developing new brands mm-hmm. and products that when we identify a need in the marketplace, and that typically comes through customer demand, customers are asking for it, and we're searching for it, not finding it, this team will go out and actually develop that product or that brand line of products. The team itself is really made up of a group of fairly experienced practitioners. So we have massage therapists, licensed massage therapists, estheticians, nail techs. We also have a group of marketing professionals, so folks that perhaps are not practitioners, but they are proficient in digital marketing, graphic design, copywriting, product marketing. We also have sales professionals, some of which have practiced in the industry and some of which have come from our vendor partners, such as manufacturers of skincare products or body products or linen and equipment are part of the team. So it's really a quite diverse team. We also offer our customers a customer care and sales center, which is staffed primarily with licensed professionals. So if you were to call Universal companies and want to purchase a product or simply have a question about a product or a technique, that person on the other end of the phone is most likely going to be a licensed professional and someone who has walked in your shoes. Right,
right. And for those that didn't hear the interview that we did with Brenda Elliott, again, Universal is a national distributor of products and education for anything that anyone would need to run a spa or a salon. The specialty is more spa, so there's less things as far as hair care, but certainly anything in the beauty and wellness environment is essentially what Universal offers in the marketplace. So,
absolutely.
Karen, if someone was interested in working for a company like Universal, what would be the best way that they would prepare in order to be an attractive candidate to become part of the Universal team?
You know, we're looking for folks with a diverse background, and by that I mean anywhere from someone who perhaps is a licensed professional to someone who has a particular discipline, expertise such as marketing, but also from a standpoint of they entrepreneurs, folks that have worked for themselves. We particularly appreciate that because there's a great deal of self-motivation, direction, creativity that comes with somebody that has been out building their own business and so forth, to folks that have worked for corporations that bring some healthy perspective as far as new processes and procedures and just a wealth of knowledge given the resources that they might have having worked for another corporation. So, again, very diverse backgrounds. We have folks hired that are working for us across the country, so they don't necessarily have to be here in Abingdon, Virginia, which is where we're located. In fact, we're expanding even internationally, just added some associates down in South America.
Oh, wow. So going outside of the United States, because you're primarily the company originated just in the United States, and you do some business in Canada, and now starting to do some more outside in South America.
Absolutely. And we just acquired another area of expertise for us is equipment and, spa development, how to actually design and develop and build out a spa, if you will, or a wellness facility. And we just, to that end, acquired a company that specializes in that called Spa Equip last week.
Oh, wow.
And they bring to the table associates in Asia as well as in Europe and the UK.
Okay. And so you're actually even, as that one-stop shop for spas, you are able to even provide equipment.
Yes.
And does that mean you're designing the locations as well?
Yes, we are. So if you are interested in developing or designing a spa, we have a team of specialists that can help you design from the plans to identifying what equipment, everything you might need, all of the furniture, fixtures, products, uniforms, linens, etc. We can, from soup to nuts.
Wow.
We can cover
and so it seems that you really, in your role with sales and marketing, you're really having to manage this very, I would say before, diverse group of people. Tell us about the human side of that. Is that something that just seems to come pretty natural to you, as far as managing all of those different personality types as well as skill sets?
You know, it's a great question, and I would say I'd go back to my hospitality experience. It's really was pivotal for me because it is all about working with people, whether it's the customer or your team. It's a team effort that produces this experience, or in this case, education. It might be for our customers, or overall, end product would be the spa. And so I think that understanding the importance of teamwork has been really crucial, certainly through my career. And so bringing together a diverse group is challenging for me, but also something that I've had quite a bit of experience with. I think one of the challenges for us at Universal right now is the fact that we're growing internationally and we're growing a virtual team. And, again, my hospitality background really has afforded me some good experience in that area. In my previous position, I had a team of 80 professionals around the world.
Oh, God.
So it was all virtual. So it's, being able to communicate with people in all methods at all hours of the day and night, but it keeps it interesting. So. Yeah,
absolutely. And so what do you call upon? I mean, when you're as companies are growing, as we have a lot of listeners who are running their own business, whether it be in our industry or outside. Any tips that you would give a business owner in terms of how to manage that growth process and as your team is expanding? Are there things that you've relied on that's allowed you to see continued success?
Yeah, yes, I would say so. I think when you get such a, in the case of Universal companies, such a diverse group, there's no shortage of good ideas and lots of inspiration. And so I think for me, one of the key challenges is keeping the team focused. So we continually come back to, what are the two things or three things we want to get accomplished just this year, and then everything else that is suggested or surfaced by any one of the team members is really bumped up against that to say, how much is that initiative going to further our 1, 2, or 3 objectives for the year?
Right.
Everybody has a voice, and of course we continually evolve, what we're doing to accomplish those 2 or 3 things as a result of the continuous input from the team. But I think that's really important. I think really keeping the team focused and ensuring that people have an environment in which they feel comfortable and confident in making mistakes. Because the other thing is you need your folks to be relatively you need them to be risk takers. So that because if you aren't making mistakes, it's always been my philosophy. If you're not making mistakes, you're really not growing.
Right.
And so it's important that to me, that my team feel like they have that safe environment to venture out and try a couple crazy things. And 9 times out of 10, we learn from it.
Right.
And we have fun in the process.
Yeah, absolutely. It's such an important thing. And I always have said to my team is it's only shampoo. So it's not like it's earth-shattering.
Right.
It's only shampoo.
Exactly.
So we learned during our interview with Brenda the last time that Universal, although located in Virginia, earlier this year you opened up a wellness and learning center in Southern California. Tell us a little bit about how that's an important aspect of your overall plan for the industry.
That is a really exciting venture for us. Education has long been a priority for Universal companies. As you probably learned with your segment with Brenda, we've been in business well over 33 years, going on 34 years this year. And our founder, Marty Mornings, was very much involved with education from the get-go and building the company. And so that evolved during my time into creating an online e-learning portal. Part of my role in joining Universal was to really take the company multi-channel. We've been traditionally a catalog company and a direct sales company, so we went online, and which has been really beneficial for us. But so we started with the online e-learning portal and realized through that did very well, lots of high visibility and lots of activity. But customers really were asking us for that in-person contact. There's certain things you just really can't learn online, such as technique training, and even to some degree business training, because you need the interaction of your peers to really, I think, grow and benefit on some of those kinds of topics. So this last year, we said we've been talking about it for a number of years. We said we're finally going to do it. We happened to find a location in Southern California where we have a really strong customer base that was centrally located, and we just said, now's the time. It's just kind of like it's never the right time to have kids, as they say. You just gotta go there, and then it makes sense when you get there. And so for us, with the Wellness and Beauty Learning Center, we opened it, did a soft opening in the fall, with the idea that we want to offer ongoing continuing education for our customers in a wide range of topics, anywhere from technique training to product knowledge to, again, business and skills training, such as how to build a viable business plan, how to market your business, retain your customers, compensation for your employees, and so forth. And so it's a great venue for that. We have 2 classrooms there. We also have a product showroom, which is unique for distributors in the spa and wellness space, particularly when it comes to equipment, because those tend to be big-ticket items, and our customers would like to actually have the opportunity to experience them before they invest. And so it's become an equipment showroom as well, and it's our first venture into what might be called a storefront. So we're selling retail product out of that location. And last but not least, it is an event center for our industry partners, so a place where our industry partners can meet, hold their own events. It's a very, very flexible space. I know you've been there, Patty, and the idea was to keep it as flexible as possible so that we could, as we learned from our customers what was really resonating with them, we could quickly evolve the venue to accommodate their needs.
Right. Now, tell us a little bit about the first venue in terms of retail. Consumers can actually go into the location and purchase product?
No, I'm sorry. We refer to it as retail for our customers. It is for the spa and wellness professional.
Okay,
only.
so they basically, you've got to be a licensed professional to be able to purchase product there. Okay,
exactly.
Great. All right, well, we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll learn more about Universal's special ingredient in their jar called wellness. You're listening to Radio AMB. We'll be right back.
Over here. Here's a secret for a virus-free computer. ESET. They've been a pioneer in the antivirus industry for over 25 years. 25 years of innovative, top-rated antivirus protection. ESET's award-winning security solutions provide a safe online experience for over 100 million home and business computer owners. They are so affordable, fast, and simple to use. So be gone, you blue screen of death. ESET's on my computer. If it's not on yours, visit HealthyLife.net's advertiser page and click on ESET now.
Here's the thing about beauty. It's pretty. At AmericanMadeBeauty.com, we're all about the pretty, making it easy for you to find what makes your beauty shine. We have essentially everything you need, and AmericanMadeBeauty.com celebrates brands that were created right here in the U.S. of A. Imagine everything you need from the best hair, skin, and nail products to makeup and even the tools, because it's all about pretty at AmericanMadeBeauty.com. We also think you're pretty important, so visit AmericanMadeBeauty.com. Browse, buy, learn. AmericanMadeBeauty.com. We're looking for a few good American beauty manufacturers who want to increase their brand in an exclusive credentialed category. If you're an American company who has conceived, designed, and bottled brands that are all about pretty, then we're pretty sure we're talking about you. And we're pretty sure you should be on AmericanMadeBeauty.com. This beauty website focuses on entrepreneurs and beauty startups as well as established brands. If it's pretty, we want to see it, and we want to sell it on AmericanMadeBeauty.com. To learn how you can be part of AmericanMadeBeauty.com, visit AmericanMadeBeauty.com now.
What does HealthyLife.net and Amazon.com have in common? Well, they're both available on the Internet. They both give great value. But most important, most of our positive program hosts and guests are accomplished authors, and their books are available from, you got it, Amazon.com. Now, it even gets better than that, because when you're listening on air to a HealthyLife.net host or guest, you can go directly to Amazon.com, and you can order your book while you're still listening to your favorite HealthyLife.net program. So when you hear an author you like, go to the homepage of HealthyLife.net and click on Amazon.com.
Where positive people and radio unite. HealthyLife.net.
Welcome to Radio AMB. This is Patty Smucker, and we're here with Karen Short, the Senior Vice President of Universal Company. And in our first segment, we learned a little bit about Karen and her team and her background. And in this segment, we want to talk a little bit more about wellness. And we keep hearing this word wellness, Karen. Tell us a little bit about how do you define what that means?
Yeah, that's a great question, and I think it's one that folks in our industry have been challenged to really define for themselves. So knowing you were going to ask me that, Patty, I went out and actually went to the National Wellness Institute to say, what's the official definition of wellness, because you kind of see variations on it. And they define it as conscious and self-directed process of achieving full potential. It's multidimensional and holistic. It encompasses lifestyle and mental and spiritual well-being, as well as the environment.
Okay.
Does that help?
Yeah.
It's a mouthful, I know.
But it's conscious, so it's a conscious process.
Yes.
And it's a process by which you are learning about yourself and learning how to optimize all aspects. So it's, the physical, it's the mental, it's all aspects of what allows us to optimize the way our bodies and we as human beings perform in the world.
Right.
Okay, all right. And so how are, of course, when we think about salons or we think about spas, they, have been doing what typically have been defined as beauty services. So how does the shift translate or show up in the way that the industry is functioning?
Spas in particular are perfectly positioned for this movement because they truly are about preventive care, which is essentially what the wellness movement is. When we talk about, we use that term, conscious and self-directed process. It's forward-thinking. It's really the preventative care aspect. And spas have been offering that for years. They just really haven't been positioned as that type of caregiver or provider. So it's becoming, it's becoming evident that so many of these chronic diseases such as diabetes, health disease, obesity, all of that are preventable. And so the demand for services such as for mental, for the physical rather, from whether it's getting a massage, which could be for medical reasons or it could just be for relaxation reasons, to taking care of your skin for anti-aging purposes, all of that is now being recognized as not necessarily a luxury, but more as a necessity, particularly with the aging population of the baby boomers. I mean, it's becoming a kind of a society where we're focusing on wellness. We're shifting our spin from sickness, which is reactive, to wellness, which is proactive.
Right.
Yeah. With sickness, no one really wants to be a customer. With wellness, it feels good to be a customer. It's all about feeling good.
Right. And we have so much more data that supports the idea that a massage, while it feels good, actually has restorative properties.
Right.
That as a society, that's not something that we've really thought about, that we've really had as part of our common consciousness, if you will.
No, we really haven't. But again, I think people are increasingly seeing the value of investing time and effort into adopting, that healthy lifestyle. It just pays off in terms of quality of life, longevity, even health expenses. They're kind of shifting from wanting to finance their sickness to wanting to finance their wellness.
And that's such a great point. Shifting from wanting to finance your sickness to financing your health.
Yes.
That's a great point.
It is.
Are you seeing some innovation that's happening in products because this shift is occurring?
Well, one thing that's happening, particularly as it relates to massage, massage therapists have traditionally not been proactive retailists, as we like to say. In other words, they provide a very good service while you're there, but they're not necessarily providing you product or ideas, I guess, if you will, to take with you to prolong the benefit of the service that you just received. So we're seeing quite a bit of innovation in terms of massage retail products. One in particular is a product called Spoonk. It's spelled S-P-O-O-N-K, and it's an acupressure pad, if you will, that you can take home. You can stand on it. You can lay on it. It's very cost-effective, and it's just amazing. It creates kind of a mental and physical relaxation by easing the muscle tension. And that's just one.
And so you're seeing that people that you're with massage therapists, that they're actually extending the life of the service that one gets in their place of business by having those tools that they're able to take home and continue the service.
Exactly. Yeah.
And isn't that really interesting, though, about our business that, and I think we see this also in the medical industry, where there's this sense that I'm a healer or I am an artist, and consequently I don't want to be selling and have people feel like they have to buy something from me. But do you think that it's an important part of the service?
It absolutely is. That is a critical point. And when we talk about what's changing in our industry, that's a very pivotal point, and that the practitioners are starting to realize that part of their service and part of what they need to provide the customer is not just what's happening right then and there in the treatment room or at the facility. It's helping the client carry through their entire life, so to speak, carry that service through until they can come back and have further additional services by the practitioner. And so I think there, for a long time, folks in our industry just thought, gosh, no, if I do that, the customer, the client, won't be inclined to come back for a second treatment or a third treatment, when in fact we're seeing that it's driving repeat business, if you will, because folks are really, the longevity of the benefit of that service is being felt by the customer, and they're saying, gosh, I want more of that. It feels really good. It wasn't just that 20-minute or facial or that 1-hour massage. It's, I felt great for a couple days.
Right, absolutely.
And the other thing that I think that the practitioners don't really undervalue is the fact that they're perceived and from the client who's in their treatment room as the expert. Mm-hmm. The customer is looking for advice and guidance on, how do I continue to build upon this treatment that I just received? And so the hesitancy there for the practitioner to share, I think, is starting to really go away, if you will.
Right. Well, and when you look at the amount of following that people, major bloggers, Michelle Phan, or some of these various different people that have no industry experience at all, and I'm not sure that Michelle is one of them, but there's many bloggers, but they're common people with common questions, and they've just gone out and they've gotten these questions answered, but they have thousands and thousands of people following them.
Right.
And so it really speaks volumes to our industry that when somebody has taken the time to get educated and to be able to give solid advice based on fact, that the consumer wants that information. What do you think has kept people from not giving that advice and really being there for their clients?
When we talk to our customers about that, mm-hmm. they come back and saying, from the standpoint of, they perceive that as being a little salesy, mm-hmm. and that it's not authentic for a caregiver to kind of sell beyond the experience that they're just having. And I just don't think that they've seen themselves as the experts that they're perceived to be.
Right.
I mean, so that's changing over time, and I think bloggers like Michelle, just the awareness out there is helping our practitioners, our customers, the licensed professionals understand the importance of being able to share beyond just that treatment at the time.
Right. Any particular services that stand out in your mind that's becoming new in this wellness environment?
Gosh, I think just the balance of mind, body, spirit. From adding yoga and Pilates to a spa, to incorporating outdoor activities such as hiking, also nutrition. Mm-hmm. There's spiritual ceremonies that are being incorporated at destination spas. It's that balance piece again, mm-hmm. rounding out what you might not have offered in the past.
Right. All right, great. Well, we're going to take another break, and when we come back, we will talk about some of the best customers of Universal that's being very effective at delivering wellness in their communities. So don't go away. We'll be right back.
Here's the thing about beauty. It's pretty. At AmericanMadeBeauty.com, we're all about the pretty, making it easy for you to find what makes your beauty shine. We have essentially everything you need, and AmericanMadeBeauty.com celebrates brands that were created right here in the U.S. of A. Imagine everything you need, from the best hair, skin, and nail products to makeup and even the tools, because it's all about pretty at AmericanMadeBeauty.com. We also think you're pretty important, so visit AmericanMadeBeauty.com. Browse, buy, learn. AmericanMadeBeauty.com.
For all your live or pre-recorded webcasting needs, come to earthchannel.com. Get your web-based message out to a select group or the whole world. It's easy. A pioneer in webcasting, earthchannel.com provides the best products and services to big corporations and government users. And now this same technology is available to you. They have the best Earthcast encoders, servers, and products to meet your technical needs. But wait, don't want to mess with the technical stress? No problem. They'll do it for you. EarthChannel.com is your answer. You can use webcasting for lots of things like advertising, marketing, customer support, training, and don't forget web radio and TV. In fact, you're listening to a live Earthcast right now. So come to EarthChannel.com. Actualize your audio or video webcasting needs today. You can't beat the friendly service or the price. Call EarthChannel.com at 1-800-849-8978. That's 1-800-849-8978.
We're looking for a few good American beauty manufacturers who want to increase their brand in an exclusive credentialed category. If you're an American company who has conceived, designed, and bottled brands that are all about pretty, then we're pretty sure we're talking about you. And we're pretty sure you should be on AmericanMadeBeauty.com. This beauty website focuses on entrepreneurs and beauty startups as well as established brands. If it's pretty, we want to see it, and we want to sell it on AmericanMadeBeauty.com. To learn how you can be part of AmericanMadeBeauty.com, visit AmericanMadeBeauty.com now.
When you're looking for bedding, department store prices can shock you. Well, be shocked no more. Sell steak cheap, not cheap steak. That's the motto of Anna's Linens. Although they don't sell steak, they do sell the best bedding, bath, and home decor items. They strive to provide their merchandise at extreme value to their customers, and they do it. Great everyday prices on everything and military discounts. Plus, if you visit them online, they have clearance items and internet specials. Visit them online now at HealthyLife.net's advertiser page.
Radio your way. HealthyLife.net.
Welcome back. You're listening to RadioAMB on HealthyLife.net. I'm Patty Smucker, your host, and we're here with Karen Short, Senior Vice President of Universal Companies, the one-stop solution for everything in spa and wellness. This is the section that we call Beauty That's Soul Deep, and Karen is here to tell us about some of their customers that has taken wellness concept to heart and are doing a really great job in their communities. So, Karen, tell us a little bit about somebody that stands out to you.
Well, one in particular I'm very excited about because it's not only a new franchise concept that's really taken hold, but it's targeting a market that we don't traditionally focus on, and that is men. Mm-hmm. And so the customer I want to share with you today is a group called Hammer & Nails. Mm-hmm. They're not a salon. They're not a spa. They're not a nail shop. They're actually a grooming shop for guys.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah, it's really great. The concept there, or their core idea goal, is to help men understand the importance and the health benefits of maintaining their hands and feet, which typically is not something guys, you don't typically see them in nail salons. You see them occasionally, but this concept is totally catering to men, and they focus again on the regular care of hand and feet. They believe it goes beyond just the aesthetic, and they really try to teach their customers that the lack of hygiene can lead to serious health issues. Diabetes being one, as we know, has a serious impact on feet, certainly. But to give you an idea of just what they're doing in terms of growth-wise, they started literally in January of this year, and they have 135 area rep license already issued in 6 states. And the original shop, one of the reasons I wanted to share this with you, is on Melrose in L.A.
Wow, okay.
So that's where the concept started.
Uh-huh. Just since the beginning of the year, they have 138 licenses that have been issued.
135, I'm sorry.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
And so we'll be seeing them popping up all over the place.
You will, and they are truly focused on men. And their concept, I think, is a really interesting one. Now, again, focusing on the health and hygiene of hands and feet, they are not they're not diagnosing things. They just are the folks that are doing manicure and pedicures in any aspect, not just with Hammer and Nails, but with other mani-pedi salons. They are trained to recognize symptoms, and so they can be a support and help for folks that perhaps have not been as focused on taking care of their hands and feet. But their concept is interesting in that they really bring in their customers through traditional services, i.e. haircut and straight razor shave, with the idea being that if I just got my haircut, I'm a guy, just got my haircut, and I see 5 or 6 guys getting a mani-pedi, that it's probably okay. Those guys are confident enough to do it. It's probably okay for me to do it as well. What's going on over there? I want to find out more. So, again, really a hot and growing new business.
And so it is. They do. They're offering manicures and pedicures, mm-hmm. but they're also doing hair cutting and shaves.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, so it's all together. And are they quick services? Is it focused on getting people in and out?
I did not ask them that, but I believe it's arranged from what I understand.
Okay.
So you can probably do a full day or full afternoon to mm-hmm. Getting the work, so to speak, to just going in and getting 1 or 2 quick treatments.
Right. Yeah, that's quite fascinating. And are you finding other locations that are doing things that are different?
We are finding spa. It's one of the areas where it's really kind of merging, and it's not the lines are blurring, so to speak, is between salon and spa.
Mm-hmm.
So salon in particular is wanting to do more spa-like services. Again, expanding to that more total well-rounded experience. So, for instance, if I'm just cutting hair, just like this gentleman did with hammer nails, for ladies it's waxing.
Right.
It could be massage. It could be neck and facial massage, where so you're incorporating kind of a relaxation component into just getting your hair cut or colored. And vice versa for spa, which has been very much about the facial and massage experience, are now starting to add these other components. Not so much salon, although they do that. Now they're starting to branch out into fitness.
Okay.
So adding the Pilates and the yoga or the indoor-outdoor experience, and so it's just a more diversified experience overall.
Right. And are you finding that, the resort locations were always a step ahead of more of the traditional independent salons or spas? Are the resorts taking it to an even other level?
They are. I think that they are. I just read, and I was trying to think of the name of it, and I can't now, but I just literally read about a resort in Vermont that has totally shifted their focus, and it's a full-time hiking destination resort. But so the whole experience is around being connecting with nature and being outdoors and being healthy and getting exercise and healthy eating and relaxation. It was a wonderful concept.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes, they are. And I think the other thing that's happening with destination resorts is they're adding more and more a spiritual element. And by that, it's some kind of ceremonial experience that's significant to where the spa is located, whether you're in the desert or you are in the mountains or you are on the water, something that connects you with nature through local customs and practices.
So, and what would that be like? When you've mentioned this as far as a spiritual experience, what kind of experience would somebody have? Well,
I think you could certainly, the last one I just read about was in Mexico, and bringing in a shaman to do a ceremony before the group began their morning hike or to close for the evening with meditation. Certainly walking the grounds in the desert. I just read about a resort that the guests, when they do their morning hike, actually take sage and bless the ground and welcome the good spirit, so to speak.
Right. And are you seeing more meditation that is being taught in the salons and spas?
We are. We absolutely are seeing more meditation. It's part of that relaxation component that kind of in the beginning and even at the end of the treatment.
And how are these kinds of services that are being offered? Is there a new level of training that's necessary for the people who are delivering these services?
It's a great question, and there really is. It's all about understanding what the experience is that you want to offer your customers, and then making sure your team has that right balance of experience. One of the things that doesn't happen enough, and I don't think it's unique to our business, but I think it's particularly important to our business because of the nature of what we do, and that is we need to take care of the caregivers. And so finding that moment before you go into treatment or before you go into any aspect of what the spa or salon is providing to ground yourself as the caregiver. And I think you do see it in massage. If they have time, sometimes there's just not time.
Right.
Because they're moving from treatment to treatment. But we're seeing more of that. And I think the caregivers, in order to maintain longevity in their careers, need that time for themselves as well, so that they're really providing, an authentic and full service.
Yeah, and one of the things that I think is that crossover between hospitality and spa is the best spas that I am seeing that are being built around the world are ones where there are these corridors that the spa givers are able to walk in between services and things like that, so that it maintains the serenity of the overall environment. And doesn't that very much come from the hospitality environment where there's everything sort of behind the scenes?
Yes, and it's and hospitality is a very physical environment. designing these beautiful, fabulous hotels has translated into these even more amazing spas that have the space for relaxation and supporting the experience that the spa wants to give forth.
Right. Okay, great. All right, well, we're going to take our final break, and when we come back, we'll turn our attention to the actual beauty business. We'll talk a little bit with Karen about some of the education that Universal is sponsoring to help new and emerging beauty brands succeed in bringing new product to market. So don't go away. We'll be right back.
Here's the thing about beauty. It's pretty. At AmericanMadeBeauty.com, we're all about the pretty, making it easy for you to find what makes your beauty shine. We have essentially everything you need, and AmericanMadeBeauty.com celebrates brands that were created right here in the U.S. of A. Imagine everything you need from the best hair, skin, and nail products to makeup and even the tools, because it's all about pretty at AmericanMadeBeauty.com. We also think you're pretty important, so visit AmericanMadeBeauty.com. Browse, buy, learn. AmericanMadeBeauty.com.
When you're looking for bedding, department store prices can shock you. Well, be shocked no more. Sell steak cheap, not cheap state. That's the motto of Anna's Linens. Although they don't sell steak, they do sell the best bedding, bath, and home decor items. They strive to provide their merchandise at extreme value to their customers, and they do it. Great everyday prices on everything and military discounts. Plus, if you visit them online, they have clearance items and internet specials. Visit them online now at HealthyLife.net's advertiser page.
We're looking for a few good American beauty manufacturers who want to increase their brand in an exclusive credentialed category. If you're an American company who has conceived, designed, and bottled brands that are all about pretty, then we're pretty sure we're talking about you. And we're pretty sure you should be on AmericanMadeBeauty.com. This beauty website focuses on entrepreneurs and beauty startups as well as established brands. If it's pretty, we want to see it, and we want to sell it on AmericanMadeBeauty.com. To learn how you can be part of AmericanMadeBeauty.com, visit AmericanMadeBeauty.com now.
Oh, man, it never fails. My suitcase just got ripped apart.
Life is a journey. Make it a pleasant one. Use Samsonite. You know the name. For almost a century, Samsonite luggage has proved itself to be the worldwide leader in innovative travel solutions. Let it be yours. Visit HealthyLife.net's affiliate Samsonite on our homepage and click to look at the fine luggage from suitcases to golf travel bags. And don't forget, take a look at their travel accessories. Make life a journey, a pleasant one, with Samsonite.
HealthyLife.net, where positive overcomes negative.
Listening to RadioAMB, where we share the secrets behind the beauty industry. Our program sponsor is Free Your Mane, and I'm Patty Smucker. We've been talking today with Karen Short, Senior Vice President of Universal Companies, the one-stop source for everything in spa and wellness. So, Karen, I know one of the programs that I'm particularly excited about you offering this year is the Beauty Industry Market Access Program, which is a program that is designed to help anyone who either is thinking about building a brand, a beauty brand, a health, wellness, beauty product, or already has a product in the market and wants to see it be even more successful. And we help to provide everything that's necessary for them to build a sustainable brand and properly partner with domestic and international distribution. So I know that's a program that we're going to start offering at the location here in Southern California. Can you tell us a little bit about why Universal made the decision to sponsor that program?
Absolutely. We are very excited about this program because it speaks to another one of our key constituents, easy for me to say, and that is our vendor partners. Mm-hmm. As a distributor, we represent at any given time well over 300 brands. Mm-hmm. So that's a fairly significant number of partners, and one of our challenges is that we are continually being approached by up-and-coming brands that would want us to help them get to market, and they're really not quite ready.
Right.
And yet we see the potential. You know, part of our vision, mission, if you will, is to really be innovative in terms of what we bring to our customers. Mm-hmm. So that new product or that new brand that's just now being developed, that's really what we want.
Right.
And that's what we want, and that's our role is to make that connection between that product and brand and the customers out there. The customers are it's in high demand for whatever's new and interesting. So this program, I think, is a unique opportunity to help that part of our customer base, if you will, or vendors, if you will, rather, to really prepare and know what's required. And so when they do come to the table, we stand a better opportunity of being able to do business together.
And what do you often see are the common problems that when brands come to you where there's deficits? Where do you see the biggest holes?
Well, I say first of all, they don't build the brand for distribution, and by that I mean when they're establishing their costs and then their market price. There's not enough margin, if you will, built in there to actually market the brand, whether it's selling through a distributor or going to market directly themselves, because those are fairly significant costs. And so we see that shortfall all the time. I think the other is just not understanding the level of effort and what's really required to bring a brand to market. For all the way from the kind of the concept to legal to marketing to if you want it to distribute internationally, sales, direct sales. There's quite a bit there to understand, and it's important to understand on the front end so you can build that into the cost of your product and selling it. Right.
And when you have, at this particular point, as we've been talking about in this program, there is this wellness movement that's taking place. Are you, and we haven't really talked about it, are you seeing that translate into new innovative products that are going along with this movement?
Absolutely, and those folks are having the challenges that we just spoke about, and that they come to us and they'll say, well, we'd like for you to represent us. And we'll say, well, in order to do that, we need kind of a cut of the action, so to speak, and it's just not built into that. And it's unfortunate because at that point, they've already somewhat gone to market and they've established their pricing and their position in the marketplace. So to revamp that is another investment of not only money but also time.
Right.
And so and so they'll say, okay, we're moving on, but oftentimes after they've tested that path themselves and found it really isn't sustainable, they have to go back to the drawing board. And so to just avoid all that, I think, would be tremendous.
Right.
To be able to get those products out that much faster to the customer.
Right. And so the program, the way that it's laid out, there are three-hour lunch and learn events that will be coming up at the end of May. I know you'll be putting all of this information out on your website, but we have a program on digital strategies that sort of lays the foundation for that. We have one that talks about building equity through making sure that you've got your legal protections in place, and then the third one is sort of building the product from the very beginning so that it's just what Karen, you just talked about, that it has the right pricing. And those are just three-hour teasers that gives people an opportunity to understand a little bit of what the concept of the overall program is. But the full program is actually a 5-day program that's broken up into 2 sessions. One will be a 2-day program, and then 5 weeks later is the last 3 days. And those programs, people can either buy all 5 days, or they can buy a la carte, the basic 2-day program, which is a 101, or the final program, which is a 3-day program and gets very deeply into international expansion. So just a lot of the guts that really addresses the problems that you've talked about here. And Karen, but in addition to this BEAM program, for your vendor partners, do you offer other online education as well, correct?
Yes, we do. We don't have anything for our vendor partners, but we do have for our spa and wellness professional partners, by all means. So universalcompanies.com, we have a /learn and grow. We have an online learning portal where you can take self-directed classes for anything from technique to brand certification in certain brands if you carry those brands. It's a great opportunity to provide ongoing education for folks that might have a turn in their staff, so that you're not having to bring on-site training to the spa or the salon. That a new hire comes in and they can go out and become certified. There's testing and interactive online e-learning.
Great. And these particular type of programs, for someone to be able to participate, what do they have to do in order to be able to get access to that education on your website?
They simply need to be a customer and register on the site, and then it's available to them at no charge.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
And how does someone in the industry become a customer?
Give us a call, and we will set you up. You do need to be a licensed professional, so we'll ask you about that. You can also do that online.
Okay.
So it's a very simple, fast process.
And as universal is, as you see this whole wellness concept begin to really become part of the consciousness, what's your vision for Universal? Where do you hope to be impacting this movement as we move forward?
Gosh, it's a great question. You know, we see our role continually helping our spa wellness professionals understand how to integrate wellness, what wellness is, and how to integrate it into their business, and how to partner with other providers of wellness solutions, products, and services. And certainly through the Wellness and Beauty Learning Center, we have a venue to do that, to bring a variety of folks together, whether it's through education or through industry events. But we also have the opportunity through our other channels to really provide good quality content that helps our professionals know how to navigate this new territory. It's not really new, but it's new in terms of terminology and approach in our business of wellness.
Right. And anything in particular you see coming down the pipe in terms of new products that you're particularly excited about?
You know, there's so many. It's hard to pick just one. I would say really the integrating it, going back to the that we had spoken about before. I see there's a huge opportunity. You know, massage is the number one service. I think 80% of all spa services offered are massage. So I think being able to integrate the massage experience with those other aspects of spa is a huge opportunity for both the customer and for the spa professional.
Sure. Well, great. Well, Karen, it's been a delight to learn more about Universal. Thank you so much for being with us. And if somebody is interested in learning more about Universal, it's universalcompanies.com. Is that right?
Yes, it is.
Okay, great. Well, thank you again, Karen, for being with us.
Patty, thank you. Absolutely my pleasure. It was a lot of fun.
Cool. Well, for our listeners, stay tuned. We will be bringing part 3 of this series, not next week, but the following week. Next week, we will have a gentleman who has been providing business education to beauty school professionals for a number of decades. Mr. Jim Yates with Nuts and Bolts will be our guest next week. And then the following week, we will come back to this Universal series with Kelly Wilson, the VP of Product Development. So thank you. Thank you for listening to Radio AMB. Send your questions or requests to request@American Made Beauty. I'm Patty Smucker. This has been Radio AMB, where we think pretty is pretty important in all things in beauty.